Turn on your sound. Hey, this is Brian Johnson. Welcome to my Thursday night training where we're going to talk about part 2 of diabetes. Discover why they don't want you to know the shocking truth. So if you did not catch my training last night, make sure you go back and check it out. That will give you an understanding of what we're doing today and where we're at. And really my intention today is to share with you some extremely important information, because what you may know is that a vast majority of our population is actually suffering from a disease that is completely unnecessary. So what I'm going to talk to you about today is why it's unnecessary, specifically what it can do to you implication-wise, and all of that fun stuff. So if you do not have my notes, make sure you go onto the link above the very top one so you can actually get on our email list, so you can get my notes, so you can follow along, because what I'm actually talking about is directly on there. I print these up for you specifically so you can follow along, print them up, and use these for your own personal benefit. Right. If this is your first time, just type first timer and where you are calling or patching in from, all the way from Hawaii. What's up, Miss Zilla? How are you? So let's go ahead and dig in. So we're going to talk about tonight, we're going to carry on with part 2. But before we start that, I'm going to talk to you about the 4 things that we spoke about. Okay? Number 1. Hey, Zilla, let me know if you're having a challenge getting on. I see people keep dropping in and off, and I'm wondering if the connection's off. So here we go. So diabetes, number 1. Why does diabetes happen? I'm going to talk about that. Number 2, what symptoms does diabetes create? Number 3, what are the potential causes of diabetes, which we'll actually get into tonight? And then number 4, what can you actually do about it? All right. So if you didn't catch my training last night, this will be a very important piece of data for you. Number 1, did you know that in the year 2007, diabetes generated over $174 billion, with the B as in Brian or brain, whichever you prefer. $174 billion was generated by diabetes type 2, which is a completely unnecessary disease that plagues our society. Completely unnecessary. And I'm going to share you some tools and tactics so you can understand that and how to resolve this for yourself. Second thing, in the year 2012, that cost went up to $245 billion, with an expansion rate of 41% in a matter of, so what is that, 5 years? Pretty crazy. Now, just imagine, this is the year 2012 that this data was actually taken. Now here we are in the year 2017. I can imagine that it is dramatically different right now versus what it was. All right. Typically, it takes 3 to 4 years for them to recrunch the data, which I don't really understand, but that's kind of what happens. So, with that being said, let's carry on. So, welcome first timers. If this is your first time, just type first timer where you're calling in from. For those of you that are my veterans, I appreciate you and I appreciate your support, and I always look forward to loving to connect with you. This is my favorite part of my day, is having this conversation right here with you, sharing value with you and helping you to improve the quality and quantity of your life, right? If you don't mind, please share. If you're looking to get my notes and my top 7 free grocery store videos, Chris and ours both, make sure you go up to the link at the very top. You'll also see a second link in there that will give you 80% off of our Nutrition Empowerment Series, which is only $97 right now. It's over 6 modules long of extremely potent information. And if you have any type of symptom and you're looking to get off of those symptoms and off of your medications, this is a must for you. And I will discuss more about that specifically. If you have any questions you would like to chat about directly offline, just message me and we can set up a time to chat. Okay? Now, first off, I have personally lost a few family members to diabetes. Foot missing, toes missing, leg getting amputated, all of this. And it's completely unnecessary. Like when I share with you exactly what to do and why, you will literally be able to laugh in the face of type 2 diabetes because it's unnecessary. It's a lifestyle factor. It's an education factor. What's up, Jody Jones? Hey, Gerardo. Welcome. right? So tonight I'm going to be sharing with you what exactly that is and why it's important for you. It's not rocket science, yet it is a understanding of food-based wisdom that God has already created for us. It's also an understanding of emotional-based information that we should understand about body language and language codes, of which we'll talk about some tonight. All right, so just a little bit about me, my story, and why you may lend your ear to listen to me. First off, because I love red velvet cupcakes and pizza. That's my deal. I've been 250 pounds 3 different times. So I understand what it's like to eat to live, and I also understand what it's like to live to eat. What's up, Tara? All right, I understand these things. I also understand what it's like to be pre-diabetic, because I too was this. I also understand what it's like to be suicidal, to be high on many drugs, to be completely out of my mind, not understanding what I should do and why I'm here on the planet. And I've also had challenges with my health, challenges in the past with high blood pressure and things like that. All of these things I have managed to overcome by the grace of God, and I'm going to share with you the skill sets that I use to do that so you too can use them in your own life. What's up, Lorianne? All right, so we're starting on part 2 right now. What side effects does diabetes create? So for those of you just joining on, welcome aboard. If this is your first time, type first timer. If you're a veteran and you're not a veteran and you feel called to share, please do, because I assure you, statistically speaking, the information that I'm going to share with you tonight will actually help many people in your family if they're open-minded to listen to it, which is really the key. Thank you for sharing, Tara. So number 1, one of the biggest challenges that happens with diabetes is heart and blood vessel challenges, cardiovascular challenges. What people don't understand is that when someone is diabetic, they typically will have heart disease issues, and that's most of the reason why they die. It's because of heart challenges. All right? Now, we're 2 times more likely to have a heart disease or stroke when you have diabetes. All right? Kidney failure is a big one. Diabetes is the leading cause of kidney failure, which if you understand body language, you understand the stuff that we talk about, kidney failure is also representative of unforgiveness. Same thing as diabetes. When we have diabetes, that means we have, quote unquote, lost the sweetness of life, which is super important, which means there has been an experience that has happened that has in turn created the loss or removal of joy in your life. When that happens, that creates the onset of diabetes. That impacts the energy that goes to your pancreas, which in turn impacts your ability to process blood sugars. Then in turn, you crave sweets because you're looking for sweetness in your life because you're lacking it emotionally, and your body only knows to go to sweets to make it feel better immediately to resolve the consciousness challenge. And when you understand that, then you can get to the root of understanding why you're in that position, and most importantly, what to do about it. All right? Now, it also impacts your nerves. It impacts your gastrointestinal tract, and it impacts your gums and your teeth. Most importantly, it impacts your feet and your toes. If you ever had anybody who's had a full-blown case of type 2 diabetes, you have to understand that you will more than likely see people get their toes and their feet removed, because that's what happens. Circulation to your feet and your extremities have been cut off, no pun intended. And as well as your feet and your toes get cut off. So if I'm talking to you right now, here's what I would like to know. What's up, Greg Broom? I would like to know personally if you're currently experiencing any symptoms of diabetes type 1 or type 2 currently. Just type where you're at. Okay? While you're talking about that, I'm going to give you an opportunity to invest in yourself through us and allow us to share the skill sets necessary with you to thrive. My only invitation to you now is to give me 1% of your trust, and undoubtedly I will earn the other 99, just as I have for the other 70,000 people on our page right now. Thank God. All right? So here's your opportunity. I'm giving you an opportunity until tomorrow night to get yourself involved into our Nutrition Empowerment Series for only $97. That's $400 off what we typically charge for it. You have a fast action bonus. Here's what you get. Our nutrition series is 6 modules long. It is jam-packed with information to help you make sound decisions about your lifestyle. It's going to help you understand what dietary theories are most impactful for you. We agree with balance. You need proteins, carbs, and fats. You need them. They're on the planet. You just need to understand how to eat them for yourself. So we go through 4 or 5 different dietary theories to give you great foundational information to help you make smarter choices and smarter decisions. Okay? Bonus number one. Actually, let's go back. What else is in there is you're also going to get all of our grocery store foods and what the medicines are that are in them. For example, how important would it be if you're suffering from diabetes type 1 and you're having blood sugar challenges? How important would it be for you to understand that cucumbers is one of your top weapons? What about Swiss chard? What about fenugreek? What about cinnamon? What about when and how to use those? What about how to use those instead of your medications? What about using those instead of your medications? If you're in that boat, then we have the solution for you, and it's only going to run you $97. You will spend that much a month on wasting your money on medications that are completely unnecessary with an end in sight of none that exist, because the Western medicine system is not designed to solve your problems or get you off of your medications. It's designed to treat you and to keep you on your medications, because that's how they make their money. What I'm offering to you is this. I'm offering for you the key to break free from the prison and the chains that you could possibly be living in now. Save your toes and your feet, because you may need them. With the information that we share with you, you will understand what to do. To take advantage of the offer that I have, go up to the second link that says 80% off our Nutrition Empowerment Series. And when you do, here's your bonuses. Number one, you get added to our closed Facebook group where you have a whole community of people to connect and mingle with that are on the same mission as you. We also give a free call every week to our members to where you can ask whatever questions you choose to, and we answer them for you. Bonus number two, you're also going to get our audio series for free that goes along with our Nutrition Empowerment Series. That's a $97 value. You get added to our closed Facebook group. That's a $1,000 value at least for free. You get added to. Next thing is you get a one-on-one conversation with me to discuss your unique situation for me to help you program some stuff in your life. That's a $1,000 value you get for free. You easily have over $2,500 worth of free values for a $97 investment that will change your life, because now you have the skill sets necessary to be successful. And really, here's the most important part. If you're on the edge and you're not quite sure what to do, think about this. If you fast forward 1 year from now and you don't make any changes in your life, are you going to be happy with where you're at? Have you gotten yourself any healthier, or have you just managed to sweep it under the rug, so to speak, and kind of not deal with it? Because what happens is if you sweep this kind of situation under the rug, kind of think about it like this. It's kind of like a big pile of doo-doo. If you sweep it under the rug and put the rug on it, yes, you can smash down the rug to where you don't see a mound in there. And at some point, it's going to stink. You can't put a Band-Aid on a problem and expect it not to get fixed. What I'm offering you is a solution to get it fixed. And it's only going to run you $97. If you have any questions, message me. Other than that, message me when you're done so I can get you added to our closed Facebook group and get you moving forward. So let's move forward. Part number two. For those of you that are just hopping aboard, welcome to my part 2 on diabetes. Today we're talking about diabetes. Discover why they don't want you to know the shocking truth. Because they make a lot of money off of you. For sure. Okay? $245 billion, which was calculated in 2012. Here we are in 2017. 5 years later, I assure you it's probably $350 to $400 billion. And it's strategically designed that way. It's designed to put shit in our food that makes your body react that way. And until you understand that, there's no way to combat it. There's a lot of money that goes into creating chemicals in our foods that make you addictively crave them. For example, have you ever heard me talk about, what's up, Are Nicole? Have you ever heard me talking about the rats and the sugar water and the cocaine water? Let me share it with you. They've done studies on rats and cocaine water, which is extremely addictive, cocaine specifically, and sugar water. Here's what they found. The rats actually favored the sugar water more than the cocaine water. And what they noticed is that it fires off the same pleasure centers of the brain as cocaine does. Sugar does, and it's legal. It's like selling alcohol and tobacco. It completely thrashes your body, and it should be illegal, but it's not. People make a lot of money off of it. So what I'm here to tell you is, look, you're responsible for your health, and unless you put some good education in your brain and you use the information you put in your brain, you're going to end up a statistic just like the rest of the people that I'm talking about. And I'm offering you an opportunity to avoid that and to step into pleasure in your life. So now we're going to talk about number 3. What are the potential causes of diabetes? Right? And if you have any questions, just post them in the group. Post them in the thread. I'll go back and answer them if I don't get to them while I'm training. So what are the potential causes of diabetes? Number one, in my opinion, this is the first cause of it. Emotional grief and sorrow. Emotional grief and sorrow. Meaning what happens is there is an emotional challenge or a grief challenge that happens prior to the onset of diabetes showing up. If you can relate with that and you can resonate with that, just type a yes and let's kind of see where we are. Because when you understand that and you understand that our bodies are designed by God and that we are spiritual beings living a physical experience, when you understand that, what happens is it allows you to have a completely different filter with how your body's actually functioning and how it's actually showing up. What's up, Atif? And when you understand that, it allows you to make different choices from a different perspective, which is super important. Next thing that's the biggest cause of diabetes, number 2, is poor eating habits. That's 80% of it. That's lifestyle. Number 3, too much sugar. When we have too much sugar, it impacts our body negatively because it impacts our pancreas and the insulin that's secreted in our body, provided your body is functioning appropriately. What's up, Salma? Too much sugar is also a very good representation of not having enough joy in your life. If you're craving sweets, that means you're typically lacking joy in your life or your nutritional profile is out of balance, meaning you're not having enough carbs. What happens is when you drop your carbs down, you're going to crave more sugars as your glycogen levels get low. And trust me, your willpower is not on will call. What's up, DJ? Your willpower is not on will call. You can do great all day long. I'll speak about myself. I can do great all day long, but when 9 o'clock rolls around, I want something sweet. I want some pizza. I want some cupcakes. I want something good. And I know what I'm doing, and I'm a professional. And still, these things still filter in my mind. It's just a matter of having systems set up and having habits set up for help you to be successful. Does that make sense? Number 4, not enough exercise. Not enough exercise, meaning you're not burning the blood sugars that are floating around in your bloodstream right now. And understand, it takes a little while for your body to balance out. That's why exercising daily is super important. That's why having some little things like this right here, which is my little pedometer, 89 steps today. That's good. Okay. This is a super helpful tool that I use every day. I have mine on because I like to understand how much activity I've got, and it allows me to work smart versus working hard. Right? Sugar is my weakness. Yep. So then what that means is that gets into pancreas malfunction. Have you ever heard of epigenetics? Epigenetics means above the genes. Great documentary you should watch called Fed Up. F-E-D-U-P. Fed up means, epigenetics means above the genes, which means that there are chemicals and things being placed in our body that are operating above a gene level, which means they influence our body on levels that we're not familiar with yet. This is the whole reason we talked about the rats and the cocaine and the sugar water, because what happens is when you have things that influence your body negatively that fast and that powerful, it's going to directly impact your decision-making possibilities and opportunities. Okay, sugar is a highly addictive chemical that will dramatically reduce and lower your ability to output and to transmit a strong electrical signal for your creation modality here in your brain. Right? Super important. And for those of you that are just hopping aboard, there's an opportunity for you. If you'd like to get involved in our Nutrition Empowerment Series, you can for only $97 today. That's $400 off. Here's the bonuses that are involved. First off, you get added to our closed Facebook group. That's a $1,000 value by itself. So you have added communication, connection, group discussions, and we also do a free training for our members once a week to answer your questions directly, just for our members. Number 2, you're going to get our audio series for free. That's a $97 value so you can listen to it while you're driving down the road. And the kind of information that's in there is stuff that's going to change your life. It's stuff that's going to empower you to understand what to do from the grocery store, because the grocery store is your friend. And when you understand that, it's going to allow you to function on a higher level because you have more wisdom to make smarter choices. For example, if you're having diabetic challenges, how important would it be for you to understand that there's certain foods that cater to helping reduce and to stabilize your blood sugars that do not require medications and actually work better than medications. All of the solutions are actually in our Nutrition Empowerment series. Bonus number 3, you and I actually get to have a one-on-one conversation to discuss your unique situation and the challenges that you're having so I can help you get on your feet. That's a $1,000 value by itself. You have over $2,500 worth of free bonuses with your $97 investment. Our modules are 6 modules long. We go through all the grocery store foods, what the benefits are, what the medicines are, all of those. Matter of fact, for those of you that are on here currently that have taken our Nutrition Empowerment series, what is the feedback that you would have for our brothers and sisters that may be interested in getting involved with us in joining our team and our family? A lot of people that are on here currently have already taken it, for sure, and they'll give you some good feedback so you know it's not just mine. So the main thing is this. Think about this. If you don't make any changes today, if you say, you know what, I don't know if this is going to work for me, you're right, it's not going to. And if you're like, you know what, I'm ready for a change and I believe this will work, then guess what? It'll work. Because you already have your mind set on that. And the key is this, if you decide not to make a decision today, think about this. Fast forward 1 year from now, and think about this. Not making any changes in your life. How and in what way is that going to benefit you? And are you going to be happy with not making any changes? More than likely not, because it doesn't get any better if you don't have any wisdom or understanding or support and accountability behind helping you be successful. It's only going to get worse. And what happens is when you go to the doctor and the doctor says, hey, we need to put you on some medications, guess what happens? Yeah, your insurance may cover them, yet it's going to run you $100 to $200 a month of a waste of freaking money of something that there's no end in sight. There's no, hey, take this medication for a month and we're going to give you certain foods that you can eat so you can get off of your medications. That's not a conversation you're going to hear. As a matter of fact, you can talk to your doctors about the information I'm sharing with you, and they're going to say I'm a freaking quack, and you should probably stop investing your time with me. Totally fine. Your doctor has a minimum of 6 hours of nutritional education, versus I have over 10,000 hours just in this specific area alone. They don't know. It's your responsibility to take care of yourself. And unless you take responsibility for yourself, you're only going to be reacting off of things that show up in your life because you don't understand what to do and how to resolve them. Does that make sense? Of course. Perfect. Now, welcome for those of you that just came aboard. Welcome to part 2 of my diabetes series called The Shocking Truth and What They Don't Want You to Know. What they don't want you to know is by year 2012, they cleared $245 billion in type 2 diabetes alone. Completely unnecessary, completely resolvable, completely reversible, in extremely short amounts of time. Ridiculously short, like laughing at them so short. And it's crazy the problems that people have with this because they don't understand what to do. They don't understand the lifestyle. They don't understand the food nutrition. They don't understand the working out and being active. They don't understand what type of foods to eat because this information is not shared on a public level. It's not something you go to school to learn. We didn't learn any of this stuff when I was in school. You didn't learn how to register a checkbook or any of that. In my opinion, school is such a freaking waste. They don't teach you half the stuff you need to be successful. In my opinion. That was my experience. I went through about 89 hours of college and said, it's a waste of my time. And it was. And I went back and started taking all my certified specific courses, and that's where I got a lot of my knowledge to support and to help and to be able to provide value and wisdom for you to be able to use right now, today, in your life. And naturally, that's what you're really looking for, right? Me too. Useful information today. So now, for those of you that are just hopping aboard and you're not on our email list, to get our notes and to get my 7 free grocery store videos, go to the top link and hop on there. That way you can get access to all the information that we put out for free. If you're looking to move forward in our Nutrition Empowerment series, go to link 2 today, now, as soon as we're done, to get your 80% off. It goes back up tomorrow to $497. So it's a great opportunity for you to take advantage of it. So here we go. Number 4. What can you do about it? Well, first thing you can do about it is what's up, Lois? To understand what your body is actually telling you. For those of you that don't understand body language, my brothers and sisters, this is by far the most profound way that you can ever connect with yourself and your highest conscious self consistently and predictably. I see this information create miracles every day with people that I get to work with, as well as my clients. All right? That's how important it is. And unless you understand what your body is telling you subconsciously, there is no making any changes because you don't know where you're operating at emotionally in your current reality. Does this make sense? If nothing else makes sense, let me know if this does, because this is super important for you to grasp. What I'm inviting you to consider is this. If you're not aware of what your body is saying when it's doing this and it's doing this and it's scratching and it's got pains or symptoms or illnesses are showing up or diseases are showing up, that is your body attempting to get your attention and to help you understand that there's some things going on emotionally that have not been resolved. Diabetes means that there has been a loss in the sweetness of life, which means joy has been extracted from your experience through some form of experience, either a death, a relationship challenge, maybe you don't love yourself, could be a myriad of different things. Just understand, we break down energetically or emotionally first before it shows up physically. Does that make sense? And when you understand body language and you understand if your chest and your throat's tight, that equals sorrow, how important would that be to be able to resolve your issue immediately without having to even think about a cucumber or a cinnamon? Those are byproducts. When you get to the root of the issue, you're able to resolve it completely. Does that make sense? Awesome. So understanding emotional tools to resolve sorrow and grief is super important. All of those tools and commands are in our Emotional Breakthrough series. If you would like access to that, I can hook you up with a discount. You just got to message me and I'll make something happen for you. Just message me directly. If you're interested in our body language series, message me directly. If you're understanding our nutrition series, then this is what you have an opportunity for tonight, because part number 3, understanding God's foods is what's going to help you balance your blood sugars. You have to have a myriad of tools at your disposal to be able to use at the right time in the right place. What do you mean by that, Brian? What I mean is, when you understand that you need foods to help balance your blood sugars, when you need to understand that there's proteins, carbs, and fats and how to eat them, that's going to help you to balance your blood sugars. It's going to help you to balance your well-being. And then when you understand what types of foods to eat, that directly is going to help you balance your blood sugars. We go through all of this in our Nutrition Empowerment series. We go through all of the medicines that are in your grocery store foods for only $97. That is a steal for the amount of hours and money and resources that Chris and I both have stuffed in our brains to help you out. That is a steal for the amount of time that we've invested to master that information to help you out. And you get it for a fraction of what we invested to do it. All you have to do is plug into it and use the information. That's how simple it is. If you don't like it, it's a 30-day money-back guarantee. I've only had one of those for a lady who was irritated for no specific reason. So, whatever. Number 4, understand how much food and what foods to eat to balance your body's internal chemistry. This is key. Unless you understand this, there is no way moving forward. If you don't understand the facts and the truth, you're going to get handed a bottle or a line full of shit every time you go to your doctor because they don't have a freaking clue about what to do with your nutrition. They're so disconnected, they don't even think food and water and things you put in your body have an effect on you. For Christ's sakes, would you go to the grocery store or to the gas station and put sugar in your car to expect it to run better? Fuck. Come on. That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. That does not make sense to me at all. And unless you understand that and you're armed with the truth and the wisdom necessary to be successful, you will be a sheep. Just like the gazillions of other people on our planet that are completely asleep that trust what their doctor's telling them. Am I saying that all doctors are wrong? No. I'm saying that most of the Western medicine physicians have no clue about what to do to take great care of yourself unless it has to do with the medicine. You weren't born with a medicine in your body, so why in the hell would you need one? It doesn't make sense to me to put poisons in your body to make it healthier, does it, you do? Of course not. Why would it? It doesn't to most logical people. We've just been handed a bunch of garbage thinking that the doctors have our best interests in mind, and honestly, some of them may. I'm not going to discredit that, and I will say that a lot of them are completely uneducated to the point where it's damn near tragic is what it is. They have no clue on what foods you can do to help raise and reverse certain symptoms. They don't have any idea at all. They're going to look at you like you're crazy, like that food stuff doesn't work. Food works every time. Every time. It's God's wisdom. Why would it not? You just have to understand what foods to actually use to help yourself be successful. And with our Nutrition Empowerment Series, that's what we go through and that's what we teach you. How to implement and integrate it into your life. Today is the day. You have a huge opportunity in front of you. If you have not already gotten involved with any of our programs and any of our systems, today is the day to be the best version of yourself. And you get an opportunity to save yourself $400 and get enrolled for only $97 with over $2,500 worth of free bonuses. So for those of you that are ready to move forward, go up to the link number 2 and message me as soon as you're done. This way I can have my assistant set you up with our group coaching, and I can get you set up for our one-on-one conversation. So I would like to take this moment now to answer any questions specifically. Do any of you have any questions directly? And I will hang around for a minute and I will answer some questions for you. Let's see. I've got my computer up here. And questions. Still going live. Sugar is my weakness. Used to be mine too. It typically means from not balanced. Antoinette De Leon, hello from Michigan. How are you, young lady? Do you have any questions specifically, Antoinette? If so, let me know. We kind of just went through all the content and finished up. Lemonade cleanse, never heard of it. Here's my thing on cleanses. You should be doing a cleanse of some type every day, which means drinking good water, doing qigong, doing breathing exercises, drinking and eating vegetables, all of that. Should be a daily thing. I'm not sure what a lemonade cleanse is. In Institute of Integrated Nutrition, we went through 100 different dietary theories. The cabbage soup diet, the carrot diet, the pea diet. I mean, come on. There's so much stuff out there, you really just got to find what works for you. Maple, lemon, cayenne, and pepper. What's up, Terry? It's kind of like the lemon, cayenne, pepper cleanse. So instead of using honey, it's maple. I'm great. You know, a lot of times people will take something and change one thing and change it to something else, and now it's theirs. And that's just kind of the uniqueness, but it's whatever. Most important thing is making sure that you're arming yourself with the truth. Master the basics. Taking supplements and things to make your life better is not going to work. If you're not mastering the basics of air, water, food, and consciousness, or your thoughts and your emotional well-being, you're wasting your time. You could plug whatever supplement you choose to, but if you're not mastering the basics, you're wasting your money. How much weight are you trying to lose, Antoinette? And if you message me, we can connect and have a conversation offline. I can't take it anymore. Which part? All the crazy madness is out there. Hey, Jackie, I've been thinking about you the last couple of days. How are you? Hey, Terry, how are you? It's good to see you too. There's a lot of garbage out there, people. And first off, you know that I love you, and I get pretty emphatic and pretty enthusiastic and kind of downright pissed off about the bullshit that's out there and the stuff that people is getting pulled over and snowed. Like I've had conversations with people telling me what their doctors have told them, and I'm like, for crap, my 10-year-old knows better than that. I'm not sure how in the hell you got that advice out of that professional. I personally think that they should all huddle up and get on the same page. But the challenge is you have so many different people with so many different opinions, and the challenge with that is a lot of them are true to them. It's about understanding you and what works for your body and your well-being. You are the only person who is going to know that. So when my clients ask me, hey, Brian, what do you think about this? I'll give you my opinion, and it's really up to you and whether you feel good about it. Yeah, message me, Antoinette. We'll hop on the phone. I appreciate you. So really what I'm offering to you tonight is just making a decision to be the best version of yourself. And it's going to be a decision you make every day, consistently. Thanks, Stephen. It's going to be a conscious decision that you make every day to be the best version of yourself. And you get to peel away everything that is not the best version of yourself. That's just how it works. And it takes time. It takes a consistent desire to help and to be your best version of yourself. And it takes a community of people to support you to have a great environment, because what happens is when people change, they go home and everybody else is at their house is like, fuck that, I don't want to change, I don't want to do that shit, why would I want to do that? And then what happens is all of a sudden you have no support system, and all of a sudden you're back in the same grind with the same stuff you used to do. I'm going to encourage you to get some new friends. I'm going to encourage you to jump aboard with all of our family members at Think Great Lose Weight, because this way we can help you with accountability. We can help you with support. We can give you teamwork and give you support, which will help you to make better decisions and to have a support system in place to help you be successful. If you do not have one, you will fail. Statistically speaking, think about this. How many times in your life have you ever decided to start doing better? And then what happens is, as you start to change, people in your life are like, oh, why are you changing? What are you doing? It's like the crab. You ever heard me talk about the crab example? Have you ever seen fishermen that go out and they do crabbing and they put the crabs in a big bucket and they never have a lid on it? You know why they never have a lid on it? That's a great question. I didn't think you asked. Because every time a crab starts trying to get out, all the other crabs grab its leg and pull it back down. It's interesting how our society is a lot like that. They totally shun upon people shining their light. And what I'm going to challenge you to do is to shine your light as bright as possible, because when you do that, you are unconsciously empowering other people to do the same thing. And if they don't like you because you're growing, excuse the expression, fuck them. You need to move on to someone else. I'm not saying that to be an ass or to be rude, but let's be honest. I'm 39 years old. I'm not getting any younger. And if I'm not making choices consistently to be my best self, and there's people in my life that are holding me back from doing that, those people do not love you. Period. So you have to find a new influence of friends to help you be successful. Period. That's the only way you're going to be successful. Diseases and symptoms and illnesses and things like that happen when you're out of balance and when you're not happy. When you're happy, when you're supported, when you've got people in your life that love you, when you're making great food choices, when you're working out, you're taking care of yourself, you're connecting with God, you're meditating, you're reading, you're being the best version of yourself, you're providing value on our planet, you will be successful. You will attract other people in your life that are also doing the same thing. If you wonder how and why you have some of the people in your life right now, guess what? You've attracted them in your life. Somehow or another, you have an agreement with them that that's where you're at. And when you change, expect those people to get a little bit unhappy. Because now what happens is you're mirroring back to them the best version of themselves because you're changing. And nobody wants to change. Nobody likes changing. And you know what's crazy? The only thing that's inevitable and consistent in life is change. Every day, something is going to change. And unless you're open-minded and willing to accept that and to grow into that, it's going to be a long life and not necessarily a good one. So that's all I have right now. I appreciate you enjoying yourself, or at least allowing me to share with you on my rant of how I get kind of irritated with some people and the things that they do and the lack of wisdom that is available from professionals that should be providing solid, sound information to help people be the best versions of themselves. And most of the time, it is not the case at all. It's not anything that has to do with adjust your lifestyle. It's not anything that has to do with, hey, maybe you should start eating some more proteins when you're eating your carbohydrates. Because what happens is, if you don't understand what to do and you're not getting great feedback, it's kind of like a circle of just nonsense and waste of time. And until you make a committed choice to do that and to be your best, you're going to be in that circle. So, awesome. I'll talk to you in a bit, Antoinette. Message me. I'm about to be done. I've got some time to chat today if you got some opportunities. So that's all I got. Lynn, I appreciate you. Tara Marie, I appreciate you. Miss Audrey Nicole, Miss Zilla, Antoinette. Who else do we have on here? Make sure I say hi to everyone. Holly Hunter, great to talk to you, young lady. Holly just got involved in our emotional series. She's already done our nutrition series too, so that's great. Zilla from all the way from Hawaii. Miss Lori Ann. Jody Jones, how are you? Are you still on, Jody? Gerardo, how are you, buddy? And Miss Lori, Jennifer, Tara, Stephen, Jackie, Miss Terry Wynn, Shannon Beach, how are you, young lady? Hey, Lois, shoot, are you on today? And Deborah, how are you? Derek Jones, Salma, how are you? Atif, what's up, buddy? When's your baby due? Tara. All right, I think I got everybody. Greg Broom, hey, brother. Hey, Kurt Jones. I think I got everybody. Awesome. Well, ladies and gents, I appreciate you. I'll be back in the grind on, actually, you know what? I will be in Miami on Monday through Wednesday, so I'm not quite sure if I will be doing a live training on Monday or not. Chris may be. If not, I will have Jocelyn put out a post to let you know whether we will be on or not. I will be shooting some videos from Miami, and I may be doing some off-the-cuff live videos. Hey, Renee. Hey, Kelly Anderson. But I'll keep you posted on that. But here's really my challenge for you. Like I said, if you're interested in moving forward, make sure you take advantage of our opportunity. It's 80% off right now. It's a freaking steal. If you don't like it, you can have your money back. If you don't like it, it's because you didn't do the work and you didn't receive the information. Flat out. Period. And that's all I got. I'm really interested and committed to working with the people who desire to be their best. If you're not desiring to be your best and you're kind of just cruising around, then honestly, I love you and I'm not meaning to shun you yet. And I'm interested in connecting and serving the people that are ready to do the deal. So, with that being unsaid, my last parting saying would be this. I give myself permission to be comfortable being uncomfortable. Have an amazing day, and remember, if you don't make time for your wellness, you will make time for your illness. Ladies and gents, I will chat with you soon. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.